So I got Corbeau seats for this, and that's the mounting rack for it. I like it better than what was in there because this is all one piece, and I already test fit these so to make sure these holes lined up. The only thing that was a little confusing on the instructions is they said to line this slider up with the front of the rack. Now I know that's the back because it fit down in the back and it's flat on the front. And also the handles on the front. But I was trying to move this and I couldn't move it, and it looked like there's actually brackets here that are going to prevent this from going up and down. Well, it turns out that you can move it, but it's not easy without having it bolted down. It'll be easy once I get it bolted in the car. You just reach down and slide it. Not that they'll ever move. Probably be all the way back for me to drive it, and I'll put the passenger one all the way back, and that'll be it. So next step is going to be, it told me to move this forward and take the bolts out of the bottom of the seats and put the bolts with the front two holes in the slider. So that would be these slotted ones. So there's some wiggle room there to line them up. The backs are just circles, just regular holes. They're not slotted. So once we get these in, we'll do the back, and then we'll tighten all of them. So the bolts that are on the seat are metric Allen head. Wrench required. And I'm just going to start these two front ones and then slide it to the back as they instructed me. Better check and see if that's in the frame. So those two are started. I will move this up and start the two back ones. Do have to move that up just a little bit to hit the hole here. I'm trying to leave the wrapping on as long as I can so that I don't dirty the seats before they even get in. So all four are started. I'll shut the camera off and I'll take the time to tighten those, and then we'll be putting one in the car. The bolts that were in there probably weren't stock because they weren't stock seats that were in there. And it would appear that the two front ones need washers because this is a relatively big hole in the mounting frame. And the two in the back appear to be fine. They appear to have a built-in head. There's one that came out of the front. So that's what the back bolts look like. The washers are not built into the head, but they are attached to the bolts. So I didn't have it on camera, but after struggling to get that seat around the lift and into the car, it wasn't fitting right, and I suddenly realized that one side of the seat has an adjuster for the seat back tilt. And I was trying to put the driver's side seat in the passenger side, so I'm going to have to pull it out and bring it around this side and install it over here. So I tried for a long time to get that front seat in and the driver's side, and that's the one I originally had on the passenger side. So now I've got the lever in the right spot for the seat recliner. But I tried and I tried and I tried, and I finally got one bolt in. That'd be the one near the door on the back on that, and the other holes weren't lining up. So I took the other bracket, which I have no seat attached to, and I figured I'll see how that lines up. Well, there it is in the passenger side, and I'm going to zoom in. I've got a bolt at the front two locations, and then in the back, that screwdriver is where the hole is in the body, and you can see that the bracket is not anywhere near it, and the one near the driver's or near the door, same thing, screwdriver there. In addition, this plastic that covers the seatbelt retractor interferes right here with that going all the way down to the floor, because it's slanted towards the door. So just so you don't think I'm crazy, there's the part number on the bracket, D174, Chevy Corvette 71 to 76. I don't believe the D stands for driver, although I guess it could, but even so, this isn't going to fit the driver because these two brackets were identical, and they both are labeled D174. So I guess I'm going to call Corbeau and see what they say, although the instructions do say that in some cases you have to drill new holes. I won't be happy about that if that's the case, but I'm going to have a talk with their customer service. I just got off of the phone with Corbeau, and they were very good about it. They'll make a bracket to my specifications, but it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks before I can put the seats in. Well, another setback. I'm going to have to seriously think about putting the old seat back in so that I can start doing some break-in on this car.